Welcome to the Unification series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 21st of March 1978. And before we get into the actual gameplay, I need to talk to you guys about something because releases and updates with respect to the content on my channel have become a little bit like buses. We've had a couple of months where very little's happened, and then suddenly there's been a whole rush of these updates and releases suddenly appeared in about the last month. And to be honest, I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed because I had a schedule planned to take me right through to September. Now that is effectively gone and completely out the window. Now, apologies that I'll be talking about other games, but I need to give you guys a context because I need to make some pretty key decisions in the next couple of weeks. In fact, some of them I'm going to need to make over this weekend because I'm recording this on the Saturday. Now, the first release that dropped was an update for No Man's Sky, which then created another expedition. And then the Free Division announced the full release of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic on the 20th of June, which I started to readjust my schedule plans with respect to this series. Now there's been a release of Reforged Eden 2 into beta, which has really got my attention, and I want to possibly do some cover that. And of course, what happened yesterday, and that was on the 8th of June. Free Division have announced a DLC. This is the Biomes DLC. This is a DLC which they hinted at quite a long time ago, where they're going to add different map types. And there's 3 map types being added as part of this DLC. Well, one is desert, where there's obviously going to be a shortage of water. There's also the Arctic tundra, where the temperatures in winter are going to get colder and the winters will be longer. And then there's the jungle one, where there's going to be a lot more rain, which could possibly result in roads being flooded and damaged. And I'll be completely upfront, it's the jungle one that's intriguing me. Now you can see the maps actually flashing at the moment, and what that's probably down to the fact that I've got my workforce is dropping inside of there. I mean, that whenever you play on the day-night cycle and you suddenly see flashing like that, it's often the result of the fact that you don't have a full workforce in here, and then that means that the power station is not generating enough power to be able to compensate for what's actually going on. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. What I need to do is kind of reevaluate what I'm going to do. From that perspective, I'll be very interested in your input, guys, because to give you some background with respect to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, I have been working on a new map for months, and that was going to be the foundation of an early start. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of that. Now that there's a Biomes DLC come out, which I know very little about, so what I'm going to talk about is going to be pure speculation. I'm considering whether that map can be adapted, but I don't know if that is actually possible, and I would have to do some experimentation on it. Would you be interested in a series that is on one of the new biomes? Because I don't want to spend a lot of time trying to get the map over to the new biome just to find out that you guys are not interested. And the one I'm kind of moving towards, or the 2 that I'm kind of moving towards at the moment, is either the Arctic tundra or the jungle. And of the 2, the jungle really intrigues me because it could be something different, because it's actually hinting at the fact that there would be excessive rain. And if I do decide to go the route with biomes, what I would have to do then is either see if I can get that blue biome into the custom map that I've been currently working on, but alternatively what we may have to do is actually play it on, I would say, a predefined map which will be available within the DLC. Anyway, I don't want to drag this out, guys, so I'll just be very interested in your opinions of what you'd like to see. What I will say about the early start that I've got planned is that I think it's going to find it a little bit different, because what I've been trying to do is come up with a map where I could start with multiple towns. So rather than doing the start, which is pretty standard now, like this, where you start in one place, I've come up with a map that is populated, but it won't be populated with actual people. And there's a series of small towns, and the challenge will be is to whether to get all those towns actually running. But that's all I'm going to tell you guys, because otherwise I'll just spoil the overall scenario. Anyway, that out of the way, let's just talk about what's going on here, because in the last part, the focus was very much on trying to get our prefab factory built. And it looks like while I've been talking, that prefab factory is now being done. The only thing I haven't done is actually, we need to get that done. And what we need in here is, well, we can set prefabs into there. So, and then the other thing that we're working on is, and this is what I'd really like to focus on in this part, is the tourist town over here, because I really feel that I need to make progress in this area, especially as the fact that this series definitely does have a time limit on it now. In fact, well, we'll get back to that. Now, if you watched the previous part, you'd be aware that I was having a few problems, and here goes the power supply again. And this one's only short. That means there was only a very short glitch with respect to the workforce here. Anyway, but at the end of that last video I developed two problems. One was water, which was over, come here. Well, we can do the power one first. The other problem I had was power, and I was getting power shortages down in this area, which was basically affecting these blocks here and the store. So what I actually did since the end of the last video is I built in a power line here, which has now got a direct connection to the power station. And what that power line is kind of doing is actually supplementing this area. And what that's done is you can see this is the connector that was really severely overloaded. You can see at 515%. But by putting this down here, what this one has done is reduced it. Now this one still says that it's overloaded, but it's not really, because you can see the amount of power that it's actually drawing, because now we've got 3 substations in this area drawing the power. So that actually seems to have solved the problem. All I've got to do now is try and get a consistent workforce up here in my power station. But we are getting a fair amount of workers in this area. And of course, part of the problem going through the winter is that I had my happiness started to crash again, and my loyalty is holding up. And I think what I did get was a whole series of escapees here. So if I go, so you can see, so I've been getting regular escapees at the moment, but my births have exceeded my deaths. But so I was losing population, and then that started to cause a problem. I think some of the population loss was in this area, but I think we kind of built it back now because we had surplus over 21s. Now the other problem area was water up here. Let me just click this. And what you'll see is, and I managed to redo the pipes, but you can see I was still getting kind of surges of overload here with connections into here, but you can see that the water supply is fairly consistent. Now if I go to pressure, what you'll see down here is a little bit of overpressure now. Now that red isn't a kind of a, you could say, a major negative. It's just saying that this one is exceeding 4 bars. I'm not exactly sure why it's exceeding 4 bars, but you can see. But generally, the overpressure here is working. But you can see that the situation at the moment is still a little bit marginal, which means that I can't really build anything else in this area without doing some serious work on adding another water supply. And so what I want, so and this is the reason why what I want to do in this part is shift the focus towards getting the tourist town up and running here, and that definitely needs to be the focus. Actually, let me just see what is actually going on. I've now got this built, this finished as well. So what I'm going to do is add a new connection here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start by setting that to 50%. And what I want to do is get the crops out of here into here, so that we've actually got a contingency here that will actually go. What are you? Oh yeah, you've just picked up the tower crane. So again, this is just literally finished while I was talking. So the idea is that we'll get the crops out of here, get them into here. That will give us more capacity in this area. And so that's something that I want to do. I just want to check my road crew. Yeah, these guys have got absolutely nothing to do. So what we want to do is start building in our road infrastructure here. We got road coming in there. I'd like to. This road needs to be finished. Not sure why it wasn't being supported. And I would like to start building in. No construction office. Why doesn't it? Okay. And we're going to start building in this. I'm going to get my start putting in my. I think we'll start with that. Doesn't actually doesn't have a road connection. Okay, let me just. Don't understand that. Oh, the road connection's there, so that should have a. We'll start with getting the groundworks done on that, and possibly anything else in the hospital. So what we're going to do is start building this area in. I don't think I've got a fire station here, right? We've got an indoor pool which we could work on. Certainly going to need a fire station, and I think what we'll probably do is push the fire station out here. I think we'll put them on the water supply, I suppose. Give them a little bit of sanitation. That's the power supply there. I don't think I need to worry too much about the power supply, because I think I will probably put more power in there, and that fire station will be in range of our residences there. We'll put more power in, then we'll put the water supply to this as well. And of course, one thing we are going to need to do is arrange heating. Now, heating could be a little bit tricky in the sense that we need a heating supply, but at the same time, that needs to be away from our residence as usual. We'll come back to that. I just want to check there how well we're doing with the prefabs up here, because if we can start. All right, we're now getting prefabs. So what I want, whoops, thank you, game. What we're going to do is change this one to pick up prefabs from here. And of course, this one as well. Actually, you can go on this one on here, and you can go and pick up the prefabs, because we're going to need a lot of prefabs up there so that we can actually build out this way and get this up and running. So we got this here. Now, heating plant. I just want to take a look at the heating options in mods. Oh, apologies also that what you might find is if I click on some of these buildings down here now, you will see quite a lot of mods coming up now. The reason for that is I've been trying to sort through my mods in preparation for the new series. And my provisional start date at the moment is about 1912. Therefore, I've been trying to sort out the mods that I'm going to need to make a realistic 1912 start. Though I will say that is not confirmed. I'm kind of, what's the heat transfer from a large heating plant is 210 kilojoules. What I'm thinking, if we got geothermal, I wouldn't mind actually some geothermal. I haven't actually done any of that for a very long time. Maybe we can go geothermal. The alternative is that we use oil an oil-fired power station, but I'm actually liking. I'm sure I had, yeah, geothermal heating plant. That's only 36. Here there. Let me just see. Yeah, geothermal there, 120, 108, 20. Yeah, I think we're going to go geothermal because geothermal produces a very tiny amount of fuel. And as I say, I haven't really done a geothermal plant for a very long time. And I think it'd just be fun to do one, actually. It looks like it, consumption at maximum production, but it does need water. That's interesting. And it does need a lot of water. I'm assuming what it's doing is it's going to be providing hot water. Oh, yeah, because, of course, so that's providing 100. Oh, that's cool. I want to do this now, guys, because I like the idea of the fact, I think what this is actually representing is the fact that we're going to be producing hot water. Yeah, we're going to put that there. I really like this, actually, now. What we will need to do, though, is put in, what was it again? It was 120 cubic meters of water. So what we'd have to do is come here. A small water well is 70. Okay, what we'd have to do is put in a water well. We could probably put it out here, and then it'd be in range of the workforce. Yeah, we'll put it there. We'll kind of build a little bit of a complex here. So we'll put the well about there, almost alongside it. And then we'll put that into there. And of course, what we will need is a high capacity pump. Now, the water quality, well, the water quality should be good anyway, but we'll just double check it. Yeah, it says 93%. I think it said that the water quality is 55%. So what we can do then is put in a large pumping station just behind here like that. Go underground. And then connect you up to there like that, and then we will hopefully, look at that, slide a footpath in between there like that. Actually, what I'll do is I will split the footpath there, upgrade you to asphalt like that. Yeah, I'm liking that, actually. I mean, the date is appropriate because I think Russia is one of the world leaders in geothermal power. And I think they've been using it since the late 70s. So it's not like it's something that's inconsistent. Okay. Right, so we're just going to leave the guys to get this going. So I want the ground crews working on that. Now, how are we doing here? Buildings with no power supply. That's okay. I'm not worried about that. We're just going to try and empty out this silo here and have our consistent contingency. We've got 3,000 there. Right. What we're going to do is do you have a pickup from over here? Crops from there. And you need to drop off to make sure. So what we're going to do is get these guys to make sure that this stays at 100%. Right. I mean, look, if you look at this rain is very heavy. So this, I'm assuming that if you play on the jungle biome, It's probably going to be raining all the time, and I'm going to be very interested to see how that actually will affect the road system. I just noticed something here that I need to fix as well. We kind of get these guys acting properly like that. So how are we doing here? Oh, look at this. Wow. Okay. So we're really starting to push out the pavers. Not the what we call it. Now, one thing what I need to do now is start pulling down here. Where's these guys? What are they doing? Right. What I want to do here is add prefabs there. And what I want to do... Oops, didn't mean to do that, sorry. We're going to put in... You're going to... Now what we're going to do is... This is set... the unload is set at 80%, yep. So what we can do now is start bringing down prefabs down to here, and what that will do is shorten the distance for our construction office down over here. And check the economy. We are making a reasonable profit, is probably the way of saying it, but we do need to just keep trying to push this whole area through as quickly as possible. Part of me... Oh, we've also... I want this built as well, because we're going to need a distribution office to deliver the food and alcohol to this area here. And I don't want to disrupt this. This needs to stay totally focused on delivering the food to our town in this area. Let me just see. I'm kind of actually... Part of me would like to expand in this direction. Let me just check. It's 197%. 204%. I'm actually liking these geothermal. Apologies, guys. This might be a bit... I might be kind of throwing a little bit of... I'm kind of thinking... I'm liking the... Let me just flip that there. We put that... I think it'd be more useful down here, actually. You got a shopping mall there. I mean, direct supply would be really nice, but yeah, I've got to go for it, guys. I really want to experiment with this geothermal. That's only 20 kilojoules. That's 108. That's 120. What we got here? Dalek sector. Got one running on electronics. Now we got one here, but I just like these, and I would like to experiment with them. And I think, yeah, we are going to put one in just for the fun of it. Yeah, I think if I put one in there, no, we'll put it below there like that. Actually, we probably don't need to go. What's the hot water tank? Hot water tank is 600 cubic meters. I think what I want to do is experiment with this one. This one. Oh, this is a solar thermic heating plant. Okay, and what's this one then? This is the Do we have any other geothermal plants in here? Okay, we got this one here. This one produces 2.4 tons of, and it requires engineerings. This produces 160. This one produces large geothermal plant. Okay. I think maybe we'll try this one. This is actually produces 2.4 tons of so wet. Yeah, we would need to shove this out here, but I think I could put it we would have to put it down here. If we put it at quite long range like that, we push it down to about there like that. Yeah, I think yeah, we're going to put it in about there. I'll be very interested to see how the pollution works on this as well. Of course, it's going to be out of range of the power supply, so we'd have to put a power supply in, which means we'd have to draw power, because the power supply is there, and it'd be out of range. Yeah, won't even be close, will it? I think my inclination would be to put the power supply maybe just above it like that. And what actually, if I put it power supply slightly like that, what that means is we'll be able to get some more power into this area, and that will kind of alleviate some even more pressure off of our thing. All right, so we're going to put a power supply in there. Just hook this up, and I think what I will do is I want to leave plenty of space here, or should I need to want to put some expansion in here. I'm going to run across the back here, the building there, and we'll just hook you into there like that. So we're going to get the geothermal down here, geothermal over there, and just to see how well they actually do work. And where is the, let me just check the heating plants. So we got no heating plant over here, because that one comes into about there. So what I could do is we could put a heating, we could put a heat exchanger, say if we put the heat exchanger there, it's going to make a little bit of a messy thing. So if we put the heat exchanger there, oops, put you there. Underground, we need underground heating pipes. Oh well, it's a little bit messy, but that's okay. I don't think we can actually join these pipes, can we? Give it a go. Oh, we can. So what we'll do then is put another heating source over here, which should give us a lot more stability in our economy. How are we doing for prefabs down here? Let me just see. Right, what I'm going to do is put this guy on prefabs, pick up here, For some reason this guy is on. Put you there. What's this? Oh yeah, you are working on this area here, because we are talking seriously now about getting in some rail thing here. Oh, also, see if I can find it, guys. There was quite a neat. I don't know where it would come under. Just want to check something out. Right, I think it was Robo 76 has added a new. Okay, so we've now got this going. We are working towards possibly getting this built. I think what we will do is put a 5 crew on that. How are we doing from the perspective of, so what we're gonna, so how many jobs have you are working on? Okay, you're actually doing pretty well actually, so you can now come on to here and start getting you building this. But we could probably do with that as well. Start kind of pushing the envelope a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll use these guys to do the local construction here, because I don't think you've got much to do either. No. So you can work on that, and that. Yep. Power lines, make sure, yep. So these guys can work on building in this. How's the unemployment? We got 149. We got 33 with small child. Where is that happening? I think it's got 1 here, got 10 here. Why can't you? The kindergarten's full. Okay, so we're gonna need a kindergarten here. Another one. The curse of the kindergarten. How many? What we got here? This is 120. I think there's always, I've always had this dilemma about whether what is the most kind of advantageous. Do you have one big kindergarten or lots of small ones scattered across the thing? What we can do is connect you in there, and again we'll just put our 5 crew on this, and what we will do is make that a priority. Something flashed up as we were. Building's got no power supply. Okay. No, it's got no fuel, but that's okay. We got a vehicle repair bay here that needs to come online as well. Actually, we're going to get this fire station built as well, I think. So we're kind of offload them onto this. We're making about 145,000 a month, so I think it is time to start doing a little bit of judicial work on the railway. To do that, we will need another distribution office, which we can work on. Yeah, we got 51 tons of prefabs in there, so that's looking good. I'm kind of thinking you guys could probably do with being on this as well. We've just got to, what is your, I think what I will do is we're going to buy a couple more open holes. Speed, okay. We'll get 1, 2, 3 of those. And what was it? Let me just double check. What is the... Yeah, 80%. Who's coming in here for what? Yeah, it's the steel is still the problem. Selling clothes. Anyway, we've got at least one more pickup removed from there. So in some ways, I also need to work on the steel mill. But that is going to be an interesting project because the steel mill, the steel, what we call it here. What I'm going to need to do is actually, so we say we got that there, we build the iron and steel industry this way. We would need to put a junction here that will allow our workers to come in from this side to ship the steel across the map. And we'd also need a major junction down about here or somewhere, because we'd have to build another town in this area with all the associated support requirements. Okay, that's something to consider. But I would really like to kind of work on the tourist town at the moment. So what we're going to have to do is just be a bit judicial with respect to our, what we call it, to the our importation of steel. This is already built. Let me just come in here. Yeah, these guys are working on this. We're working on the fire station, which should be good. Shortage is steel. Isn't that a surprise? Let me just get over to here and see how these guys are going. How's the road crew? You're working on that. I think we're get the road crew working on those, and we are going to need the fire station. I think what we will do is get that built by hand. So we're going to start building in this. Oh, this is nearly finished, so this will give us a link through to here, which should then speed up some of the transportation in this area. While we're passing through, we are emptying out this. What I do want to do is just check the fertility. 186, 180, wow. 185, 100, wow, we've got fertility up to about 180% now. That's pretty good. How about up here? So we've got the fertility nearly up to 200. In fact, they've already got a 200 here. So what we've effectively done now is doubled the capacity of the farm. So each one of these fields will produce about 600 tons. So if you go 1, 2, so 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, 42, 48, 54. So it gives you an idea of how much capacity we're going to get into here. And we're probably going to need that overflow one to take the overflow from this one, actually. So yeah, I mean, we could really start pushing up our capacity if we had the workforce. The trouble at the moment is I still don't have that workforce. And this is one of the dilemmas, guys. This is one of the dilemmas of putting all your eggs in one basket, which is effectively what I've done. I've been kind of pushed into it with respect to the fact of the nature of this map, the fact that we were a bit contained and we didn't have the resources to expand. That when you've got all your resources at one city, trying to get enough workforce to drive all these industries. I mean, truthfully, some of these industries would need the entire output from a single town. But if we can get the tourist town built, we can then expand it a bit, I think now, thinking about it. And what we can do is use that to provide possibly, say, like some of the workforce to the oil refinery. Because at the moment we're just about 600 of our workers is being drawn into here to keep that oil refinery going. And it says we can't export fuel. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to reduce these guys down a bit. And then what that might do is push out more workers to another area, preferably this area, not this area, this area. Because we're not really getting the workers in here. Though it says we cannot store or export food. Wow. How about clothes? Well, we're really pushing out. So we are getting the workforce in here. We're really pushing it hard. But our electronics industry. Wow, we've actually got a surplus for electronics as well. That's pretty cool. And we're doing all that whilst making money as well. The main problem we've got is chemicals, though. Kind of. Yeah, we need more workers. We could push more workers into the chemical industry here. No construction waste. Right, let's see if we can get. Yeah, I think what we need to do is get more workers into here, because that would then start to slow up this. So I think so what we might need to do is get this online as well. How are we doing for workforce here? We are getting quite a big workforce here. Not so big there. Let me just see. Where's my bus stop? All related vehicles. We've got 3 routes here. I've got no idea why I've got 3 routes. This guy is bringing in workers from there. Where's the other route? You're bringing in workers from here. So we got 2 bus lines bringing in workers from here. That might explain why this is a bit overloaded. What have we got out here that we can pull? We've got a lot more workers there. I think what we could do, how much have we got in the way of dollars? We've got $60,000. Let me just... If we... Right, I think what we're going to do is... I don't want to drain all the workforce out of that area, so I can find by... What we're going to do is buy a couple of those. I also... Oh, that's the other thing I need to look at, is wear and tear. Whole map. Says we got a water substation. Yeah, it looks like what I might need to do is take the pressure off of our core construction office so that it can actually start repairing some of this, because we've got a whole series of buildings that coming up at the moment which will need repairing. What about vehicle age, vehicle wear and tear? We've got an excavator that 58%. Where are you? Aha. Okay. I think what I might do, if I got a spare slot in here. Yeah, we got an excavator here, which is not much use. We'll send you to there. And what we'll do, we'll send you to there. And what I will do is buy another bulldozer for here. Capacity. You're 28, you're 34. You're 57. You're 20. We'll get a K 700, and he can come out here and work with the crew. And what this should be is, see, the trouble is we got our vehicle repair bay, which is here, which, see, we'll get to here, but yeah, this is out of range. So what we're going to need to do is work on this. We're going to need to get you online, but you will need power, and you've got no power. So what we will have to do is put a substation here, and we can just tuck it in about there. That was, so we put it there so it covers the fire station as well, because I don't think you will be out of range as well. So we put you in about there, get this here, and then we'll run you. I'll see what we'll do is and we'll assign you to building that and that as well. Yeah, we need a repair station here that we can get the coverage out to our kind of this right out here. I mean, it's not that it's a problem, but we're going that way. Anyway, I'm starting to run out of time on this video, so what we'll do is just have another sweep round and see what's actually going on. Got plenty of coal there. They got no problems in this area. Our happiness is still on the positive side. We've now got, yeah, we need a train construction thingy here, which means we're going to have to look at our, this is where I find out I've got no, what we need is disassembled. Wow. Okay. Anyway, this would be the subject of the next part, because what we're going to have to do is buy one of these and then move it to our construction site here. The other thing also is the fact that we're going to need to start supplying stuff into here so that we can get that going. And what I am going to need is a distribution office to be able to supply the necessary to this in the form of gravel, prefabs, and of course, more importantly, steel, which is going to be fun. I think what we will do is we'll drop the steel down to 37%. Right, what we're going to do is drop a distribution office in here. Get the road crew building that. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.